Right, so he's doing something with the money, but he was definitely on one because he was asked about the Cowboys. His dad played for the Giants, and he was saying, you mean the Cowgirls? That's how it was like growing up for me. So Jamal Adams, friend of the show, always loved when he's in front of the microphones and the cameras. Always has something to say.
A team leader, hopefully this sparks some optimism. Sam Darnold is back. They've got a big one against the Cowboys in the NFC East. The Eagles have to take on the Vikings in Minnesota. So a tight race there. Lots of stuff going on in this Week 6 slate. Will, appreciate you. But we got a game in London. I love these days where it's football absolutely all day. I say start Kyle Allen in fantasy so you can wake up and have something to root for. Get up, game on. It's your NFL wake-up call from London. It all starts with an NFC South rivalry. Panthers and Buccaneers, round 2 in 2019. Get football morning tonight, Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network. And our friend, Tiffany Blackman, celebrated her birthday across the pond over there in London just yesterday. And she had a chance to catch up with Luke Kuechly ahead of Sunday's game between the Panthers and Bucs.
You've had a lot of praise for Christian McCaffrey this season. I mean, the guy's doing it all for you, for this team. Does he deserve to be MVP this year?
Hey, he's on that track right now. He's done a great job. If we're voting now, I'm voting for him, obviously. But his ability to be consistent is been amazing. Consistent every game. He's been a rock for us, and he's a unique talent because, you know, I think it really shows how hard he trains in the offseason, how well he takes care of himself during the week, so he's ready to go each week. I don't know how he's able to carry the ball as much as he does, catch the ball as much as he does, and then when Sunday rolls around, it's like he's brand new. So he deserves all the credit he gets. I'm glad he's getting it, and he's worked extremely hard to get there.
The Bucs got one on you guys on Thursday Night Football. How sweet would it be to get a victory against them here in London?
I mean, a division game is obviously super important, especially against these guys. They're a lot like us. They're physical. They run the ball well. But, you know, it'd be great to get a win over here. So, you know, when you talk about it, you know, we played in London, and hopefully we can say that we won in London as well.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Luke Kuechly with some kind words for his teammate there. Thank you so much, Tiffany Blackman, doing great work out there ahead of this one in London. So this is good news for the Panthers and the fans in London that they get to see this star, Christian McCaffrey, as a full participant in practice Thursday, despite battling a back injury. He sat out of practice, of course, Wednesday. And it is worth noting he did have just 53 scrimmage yards when these two teams met in Week 2. This Tampa Bay run defense is no joke. Let me tell you this, though. Christian Johnson, CJ2K, he holds the record, of course, for yards from scrimmage with 2,509. McCaffrey currently on pace for over 2,700. Does he keep up this pace and threaten the record?
Yes, no doubt. 100%. You know, it's funny, Kay, you said no doubt about it. And here's the thing. Kay, you said he's a star over in London. I would say he's a rock star.
Okay.
And, you know, he's quiet. He doesn't say much. He's not a big me guy. Similar to like Prince, because Prince was so multi-talented and he didn't speak much, but when he was on stage, he just stole the show. It's funny because Christian McCaffrey right now is the Prince and possibly the king of the running backs once the season is all said and done. You know, Kyle, you said before on the show that the football gods are cruel, and they are, but they reward us in ways that we don't see. Cam Newton goes down, right? He's been banged up for a couple of years now. I believe without Cam Newton being banged up, we wouldn't be seeing this Christian McCaffrey, because if we had full Superman, where Cam Newton was at his talents, supremely dominating every defense that he faces, Christian McCaffrey would be able to help occasionally. But since he's not there, Christian McCaffrey has to shoulder the workload, and by that, he's given us everything. Full four-down back, catch out the backfield, running between the tackles. Yes, Kay, he can get this record, and if he stays on this pace, he will go from Prince of the league to the king of running backs.
136 touches so far.
Yeah, and I really love celebrating Christian McCaffrey, and I'm not going to be Debbie Downer on a Friday, especially a Friday where he's over in London, but I'm wary of being on pace guy. All right, if you don't know
on pace are two dangerous words.
If you don't know what on pace guy is, it's the guy after April says Henry Rodriguez is going to have 74 home runs, or on pace guy says after one game that Tuffy Rhodes is going to hit 600 home runs for the Cubs.
Like, I'm going to have 18 beers tonight.
Exactly right. On pace guy looks at the numbers and says, well, if you span this out over 16 weeks, he's going to do this. Teams will adjust to a running back who is carrying the ball, like Kay said, 137 times through 6 games. Teams will adjust to a guy who is the biggest part of the passing game. Teams will find a way to at least game plan for him. This is the second time around the schedule now. You go and you play the Buccaneers again. They held them the first time. You don't think they've got to get? You don't think Todd Bowles has spent the last 7 days saying, okay, how do I defend and really stop Christian McCaffrey? That's the challenge. Marshall Faulk's a once-in-a-generation talent. I really feel that way. Chris Johnson had one of the greatest years ever. Can Christian McCaffrey do that? That's the test. And if he does, consider me, impressed. That's great. I can't crown him the king of the NFL yet. Through 6 weeks, through 5 games.
Well, he's doing incredible things. If you watch our show, we've called him Prince now, White Panther. I used to call him the Blue Diamond, a rock star. He's Kings. I have a great respect for what Chris Johnson did that year. With the crazy thing about it, if you really looked into that record-setting year, he did not start that fast, but he came tearing down the stretch. In December, it's 196, 179, 159. So I hope this happens. I would love to see McCaffrey do this for a lot of reasons. I never thought we'd see a running back like him, and I never thought we'd see those numbers. But if I am a Panthers fan and I'm going to keep pounding, I do not want him to do it, because you see some of these seasons all the time, they get to the playoffs and they run out of gas. Chris Johnson, one and done the playoffs that year, didn't have much. That prolific Larry Johnson year for the Herm Edwards Chiefs, one and done, didn't have much. There's a sense of like, wow, we love these numbers and we're all into the catnip of numbers. This is not a sustainable thing to win playoff games. I don't care how good a shape he's in. Guys, there's got to be something else. This seems like a one-note deal a little bit. I don't want him to break this record. I'm a Panthers fan because I want him to hit the ground running in the playoffs.
I just think it's so cool. Can we name a player that is playing better football than Christian McCaffrey right now? Not Odell, is he playing better football, though? And every play, must see. I don't know. I would argue Christian McCaffrey
Michael Thomas
is a little bit more exciting, a little bit more of a rock star, like what you're saying.
Maybe more exciting.
He is, to me, the star of the NFL in the 2019 season. How cool is it that he's in London for those fans, those international fans? We've had some great players playing over here, but literally the best player in the NFL right now is playing there against the Bucs.
Morning football. Let's go.
9:30 on NFL Network, only on NFL Network.
Hotspur.